Welcome to the Money Manifestation Mastery Podcast with your host, Lara Waldman, where we talk all things money. Big money, big purpose, big power. Waking up your wealth for heart-centered business owners and entrepreneurs. In today's episode, I'm going to introduce the subject of integrated wealth. What is integrated wealth and why is it so important? I am deeply passionate about this subject because I grew up around wealth, in wealth, white privilege, and yet this experience of having all of the physical things and living the perfect life was missing something so important and profound. And this has taken me on a wild and wonderful journey into conscious wealth creation, something I call integrated wealth. And I'd love to share more about this with you and why it's so important if you want to create a life of true fulfillment. Let's dive in. As you may have heard me share from other episodes, I grew up in a very beautiful part of the world in Vancouver, Canada. We lived the dream life of skiing in one of the top ski resorts in the world, sailing in some of the most beautiful places every summer, growing up by the forest and the mountains. It was sublime. We'd have holidays staying at villas in Europe, all sorts of wonderful adventures. We had a beautiful home, money, all of our physical needs met. We had a lot of experiences, incredibly privileged. But something was missing. Something deep and dark was going on beneath the surface. Through experience of the devastation of that so-called perfect life, when everything was devastated and destroyed, what felt quite quickly and suddenly to young Lara, took me on an extraordinary journey of searching. I started reading books on spirituality, meditating, and opening up my consciousness to whole new ways of thinking and perceiving. I went deep diving into the spiritual realms, trying to understand the pain and problems of the world with the underlying question of, what's wrong with me? I experienced a huge amount of pain inside that I didn't understand, that I was hiding in the shadows of shame and pain. And what happened? Why did it happen? And how can I prevent this from happening again? These were the core, unconscious at the time, questions that were running me. You see, I'm a deep diver. I like to explore the deepest depths of any problem. I'm fascinated by the shadow of humanity. I'm also fascinated by the highest heights of consciousness, and I go very high and I go very deep, and that is who I am. And I have spent 25 years deep diving into all sorts of areas of growth, transformation, healing, therapy, body work, trying to get to the bottom of the barrel of the deepest, darkest pain and problems that human beings experience. This has been what's fueled me and fired me over many, many years. And as you can imagine, it's taken me on lots of adventures, lots of failure, lots of learning, lots of unlearning, lots of uncovering and discovering. It's been an extraordinary adventure. But I've also made lots of mistakes, and I had a lot of misinformation and misunderstanding as well. And it is my passion now to share everything I've learned and everything I've learned the hard way with you to help fast track your growth and evolution where possible. I'm hoping to save you years of unnecessary pain and suffering to help you fast track your growth and progress around wealth creation, around success in your business and your life. Something that took me 20 to 25 years to learn, I'd love you to learn within a year. How about that? So this is where I come from. And this is what fuels me, what fuels my fire, and hopefully gives you a bit of foundation understanding around what I'm about to share with you now. On the path of conscious wealth creation, I want you to be very wealthy, to have all the money and the resources that you desire and require. I want you to be wealthy, wildly wealthy, at whatever level of wealth you are being called into, that you want, that feels good for you. And what I also want for you is an integrated and balanced life. Because, as we all know, money alone will not solve all of your problems. And seeking wealth, financial wealth, without considering other aspects of your life will cause a lot of problems. Business growth, without other foundations being cared for or considered, will also create a lot of problems for you. So, from my point of view, a truly wealthy life, a life of true abundance, is not just about financial success. It's not just about money. It's not just about business success or success with your career. It's about creating wealth in every area of your life. Money is one pillar. Business is another pillar. But there are a number of pillars that will help to create a whole, healthy, and integrated experience of life. It's very natural to focus on one pillar, one area of life, and hyper-focus on that one area. And it's also very normal to avoid, ignore, or neglect other parts of life. And what I have learned, and learned the hard way, time and time again, is if you try and build one pillar of your life while neglecting or ignoring another important pillar of your life, you will experience unnecessary pain, problems, and setbacks. So, what is integrated wealth? This is about creating financial wealth, financial empowerment, financial freedom for yourself. It's about creating business success, career success, being successful on your terms in your work. But it's also about taking care and looking after all the important areas of life. What I have found is if you build one of your pillars without looking after other pillars of life, this is where real problems can happen. Because what can happen is we focus on one area that makes you feel good, let's say business, career, work, money. And when we're doing that, that focus on wealth creation is actually being inspired from a wound, from a pain. The wound drives the wealth creation. The wound drives the desire for success. And this is a double-edged sword. Because if it wasn't for the wound or the pain, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing. You wouldn't be driven in the way that you're driven. But if you focus solely in that one area, at some point, the cracks are going to show. Because when your wound, when your pain is not held, is not acknowledged, is ignored, is hiding, is buried, and you're unconscious, this is where the problems really start to appear. And I'm going to be sharing more about money and the shadow, money and shame in future episodes. But for now, let's just hold that there. So my big passion is, how can you create a wildly wealthy financial reality for yourself in the way that you want, that you desire? How can you create a successful business or have a very successful career in the way that you desire, that you want, without creating unconscious pain and problem for yourself? And how can you create in your finances and your business in a way that brings you true fulfillment? Because at this point, we know that money, financial success, business success, career success alone is not enough. And it won't be enough. And it will never be enough. And that doesn't mean you can't go for gold and create greatness in that area of your life. But if you don't address other areas of your life, you will be deeply disappointed. And it can be incredibly devastating to find that you've worked your whole life to build this success that you wanted, that you thought was going to bring you everything you desired, to only find that you have the perfect life, all the money, all the success, the house, the family, to find yourself feeling empty inside, alone, unhappy. I want you to have the money and the success, while also having deep, intimate, pleasure-filled relationships, sex life, healthy, gorgeous, fit, strong, flexible body, a home that you love, that you feel safe and secure in, incredible friends, support, community around you, having lots of fun, adventures, doing things that you enjoy just for the pleasure of it, feeling deeply fulfilled by contributing, by giving back to projects or communities, things that are really important to you, the philanthropy, the giving back. And I want you to be 100% yourself, to feel safe to be you, to be received as you, to be loved as you, not just the external version of success, but the raw, real, honest, open, vulnerable, true version of you. And this includes your vulnerability, your humanity, as well as your great skill and strength and power. So integrated wealth, to me, means not just hyper-focusing on one or two areas of your life. It's a process of taking care of all areas of your life. What's most important to you? Some of those pillars are your home environment, how you feel in your home, how you want to feel in your home, how your home is thriving. Your health, how you feel in your body, how your body is functioning. Not just what it looks like on the outside, but how you're feeling inside of it. A happy, healthy, harmonious body. Your relationship with an intimate other. Someone to share your life with that fully receives you, fully loves you, is fully there for you, opens their heart and their body to you, that holds you the highest regard and inspires you into your full potential. Someone you can merge with and connect with and unite with in the greatest pleasure through your bodies, through sexual union and intimacy and connection. The greatest pleasure that your body can experience with another. Your relationships, your friendships, your network, your community have rich, deep, authentic, intimate connection with others, where you support each other, help each other, be there for each other. Leveraging through each other's networks. And adventures in life. Experiencing things that bring you joy, that are fun. Maybe travel, experiences. Family. Your relationship with your children or other people's children. Extended family. Love, intimacy, connection. And feeling fulfilled and proud of what you've built and created in your career, in your profession, in your business. A thriving, high-functioning team working together with a greater and bigger mission, purpose, fueling the fire of your work, of your business. And the financial foundations that are holding you and supporting you. Financial freedom that gives you the freedom to really choose what you want. Taking great care of that money, of that wealth. And then being able to be generous with that in the way that inspires you. And giving back generously to other communities or causes or projects or people that you care deeply about. And at the center of all of these pillars is you. Your body, your being, who you truly are. Revealing yourself to yourself each and every day through the vehicle of your business, your bank account, your body, and all of life. You get to know yourself, discover yourself in life through connection with others, through connection with all of these different experiences. You are at the center point. And from that center point are these pillars, these different parts of your life that are important to create fulfillment, true fulfillment. So that at the end of your life, you can feel proud of what you've created. You can feel proud of who you've become. You can feel proud of what you've given back. And you can feel at peace when it's your time to go, when it's your time to leave this precious planet, that you've experienced the full wealth, the full riches of being alive on this planet in a human body at this time. And fulfill what you chose on a soul level, achieving the full potential of your unique seed, that seed of consciousness, your unique expression of being. So from my point of view, this is integrated wealth, experiencing wealth in every area of your life. And this includes money, and it includes business, it includes work and career, but it doesn't just solely focus on that. It's the false god, so to speak, the answer to all of your problems. Rejecting it is not the answer. I've tried that, doesn't work. Note to self. But it's around integrating it all. to live a fully wealthy life in every area of your life, fueled by deeply connecting to what it is that you want and desire, not based on what someone else has told you to want or desire, or what marketing and advertising has told you to want and desire, or friends and family have told you what to want or desire. This is about you connecting deeply to your heart, to your soul, to your body, to yourself, and ask yourself what it is that you want. Not in the rejection of something that hasn't worked, not in the rejection of old systems or structures, not in the desperate desire to be something or create something based on current systems and structures, based on something deep inside of you. Integrated wealth happens when you're deeply connected to yourself, at the center point, your being, your body, that then mirrors out into all of the other pillars of life, your business, your bank account, home, relationship, health, sex, intimacy, fun, play, pleasure. And one of the key pieces is learning to hold that part of you, the wounded part that wants to experience wealth, that wounded part that's been in separation, in lack, in scarcity, and not enough, and all alone. That part that's been hiding in the shadows of shame and pain. And part of this work is learning how to hold this part of you, be with this part of you, work with this part of you. The foundations of the fuel, the fire that is motivating you to create in your life. So, we've got some work to do. You want to get clear on what you want and why you want it in all areas of your life. You need to stop lying to yourself. Stop pretending. Wake up that wanting to wake up that wealth. And equally, stay present with what is here, right now. Stop avoiding, denying, and lying to yourself about the current problems, the pain, the issues that are here, right now. This path of integrated wealth requires you to get fully honest, starting with you. And yes, that can feel overwhelming at times and hard. There is pain either way. Pain and avoidance. And when you know what you want, and you can stay present with what is, then you'll know what is required for you to bridge the gap between where you are now and where you want to be, starting the journey of building and consciously creating a life of true wealth in every area of your life, what I call integrated wealth, living a life of true abundance. Thank you for joining us for today's conversation, Integrated Wealth. I would love to know what is popping for you in our conversation today, what your number one takeaway is from this conversation. I would love to hear. Don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can visit my website, larawaldman.com. Send me a message. Send me a DM on social media. I would love to hear from you. I'd love to know what you're receiving from these episodes from the Money Manifestation Mastery podcast so far. If you haven't already, make sure to follow this podcast so you never miss an episode. And if you've been getting value from these episodes, from this podcast, please take a minute to review or rate this podcast and share it. Share the love. If there's anyone you know who would benefit from this content, don't hesitate to share it with others. And if you would like to learn how to create a life of integrated wealth, wealth in every area of your life. And you're a big-hearted business owner, entrepreneur, ready to lead the way and make waves in this world. Come and check out our upcoming event. It's the Living Abundance Wealth Retreat. I'm going to take you through my step-by-step process over a 5-day period, live online with you. It's an incredibly powerful event. It's beautiful to be connected and networking with other big-hearted entrepreneurs and leaders in the world. And we'd love to have you join us. So visit larawaldman.com, book your place for the Wealth Retreat, and I look forward to diving even deeper with you very soon.